One of the most important things that makes a great fighting game is its roster of characters. Fighting games have a selection of candidates that are up for you to pick to represent you in combat. Now, there are a number of reasons why a person will be attracted to a particular character. They might pick a character because of the aesthetic design, or their gameplay, or the effectiveness of them in competitive play, or any other reason. Now, I'm here to talk to you about a character from one of the more recent fighting games to come out, and that's Base Goku from Dragon Ball FighterZ. When I first saw the scans for Base Goku and Base Vegeta in the V-Jump magazine, I was leaning towards being uninterested, and I wasn't alone on this. Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku were already playable characters, so adding another Goku just added flames to the fire. Then, several months later, GT Goku came out, but right now we'll focus on Base Goku's edition. Like any fighting game, I still want to try out all the characters to see the gameplay side of things. August 8, 2018 comes around, and the base forms were finally released. We'll be using Base Goku's color step, since it's obviously his best color. I immediately started noticing similarities between Base Goku and the other Gokus. Nothing too special at first, but then I discovered what would make me play this character for the rest of this game's lifespan.
Jesus Christ.
Yep, a simple crouching medium, into standing heavy, into charged spirit bomb, into spirit bomb, did around 77% to a life bar. So why is this significant to me? I've been playing fighting games since I was a kid, but I was never able to play them at a semi-competent level until Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I was absolutely hyped for the game's release, and nothing was going to stop me from learning the ins and outs of the game. And that's when I realized that fighting games take a great amount of time to become skilled in. Marvel 3 taught me everything I needed to know about the basic fundamentals of fighting games. Unfortunately, execution, which is the technique needed to perform long and difficult combos, was always my weakest point. It wasn't all that necessary in Marvel 3 due to the most combos being simple and dealing a lot of damage, but in FighterZ, combos are a lot tighter to execute, and because many of the 100% combos, or touch-up deaths, require using your spark, you don't see them all that often. Since I have terrible execution, being able to do 77% with only 3 bars is a godsend. There still was a bit of thought to doing this, however, since charging Goku's mini spirit bomb all the way means that you have to let yourself wide open. I mean, it does make sense, right? Dragon Ball FighterZ was always praised for being faithful to the source material, and the spirit bombs were no different. Luckily, you're able to cover yourself with the proper assist to make charging easier. With my newfound ability to deal this kind of damage, I've come across more rage quits than a low tier god video.
I just don't feel like sitting there respecting nobody in Platinum, so I don't care to block, and I'm quitting.
Landing all these spirit bombs takes me back to my Marvel 3 days, where killing your opponent in one touch was the name of the game. Marvel 3 to this day is my absolute favorite fighting game, and probably the biggest reason for being interested in Dragon Ball FighterZ in the first place. I actually didn't know much about Dragon Ball until I watched it a few months later after the game's release. I was mostly excited by the tag-based gameplay, and since I was a Marvel 3 player, I figured I'd have a lot of fun with the game. And I did. Before Base Goku's release, I was maining Yamcha, Android 16, and Cell, as they appealed the most to me from a character design standpoint. But after Base Goku's edition, I simply rotated between the 4 and swapped them in and out for one another. Despite the Base Goku trick, the character was actually considered weak for numerous reasons. The biggest was that he was too honest. He had no low-hitting crouching light, which was essential for mix-ups, and he had no real reversal to get out of pressure. Since his level 3 had such a long startup, you could easily punish a raw Spirit Bomb. Since then, Base Goku has had a small amount of buffs, and is widely regarded as being low tier. Not the absolute worst, but still far from the best. It didn't really matter to me though. I'm just one of the many examples out there as to why you would pick a character in a fighting game. It wasn't because Base Goku was top tier, or because he was in my top 3 favorite Dragon Ball characters. It was because playing Base Goku closely reminded me of the good days playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and its Ultimate Update. Who knew that a simple super move would make me reminisce about all the fun I've had playing my favorite fighting game? Let me know in the comments what are your reasons for playing the characters you play in fighting games. Thanks for watching.